Jeremy B, and with me I have Will Vogel and DC. How you been, DC?
Damn good.
And how are
Damn
you,
good.
Will?
I'm doing great. Going to a golf tournament next week, so I'm doing fantastic.
Fantastic. Good to hear it.
I'm not going to a golf tournament that good because, well, if I went to a golf tournament, a lot of people would be winning.
If I go to a golf tournament, I'm driving the cart for someone.
Oh, that then you get bumper cards. That's fun.
Yeah, might get inebriated while I do it to make it even more fun. I
Oh,
wonder who's in the chat tonight. No, they disappeared. Oh well. That being said, my first topic is Aaron Rodgers announced on March 15th he would play for the Jets. There is a trade that supposedly the paperwork's been submitted, but it hasn't been filed at the NFLPA offices, and I think I know the reason why. The dead cap hit for Aaron Rodgers is so detrimental to the Packers, they are waiting to June 1st to trade him. They don't care. They can care less about what they get in this draft. It's what they're going to get with the two firsts and a second and whatever else they get. What do you think about it, Will?
I agree. It's detrimental. You're losing a franchise quarterback. Yeah, he hasn't played up to MVP par lately, but Aaron Rodgers is still one of the best quarterbacks in the league, and he basically had rookie receivers and receivers who should have been out of the league by now, and no one really helped him. So I fully understand the Packers want to save money, the Jets want to save money, but still, the deal is probably going to get done on that June 1st date. But still, yeah, if you do it before, then you're pulling a really, really big risk because you don't. What are you going to do with Jordan Love? Are you going to start him, or are you going to draft another quarterback to be like,
Well,
oh, let's
if they do
spice
it
the guy?
before, they do it. But they've already said they're ready to run with Jordan Love.
And so, yeah, I think I think, yeah, if I'm the Green Bay Packers, hold till June 1st because then you're not losing as much as you think you are.
And then the Jets get off the hook for the roster bonus. They get off the hook for the original workout and practice bonuses,
Mm-hmm.
which means the cap hit for the Jets would be under right around 15 million versus 50 million.
Yeah,
That's huge.
huge difference. Yes.
It actually saves the Packers. I think it says a total of $27 million by waiting to June 1st.
Wow. That's really good if they can wait that long.
What do you think about it, DC?
I agree with that. It's all about the cap hit, the dead cap hit. And there's interesting rumors around San Francisco wanting him. So maybe they're also dangling out, maybe getting a better trade offer than New York did will give
Wait,
him, but I don't know if he'll get that.
didn't they sign somebody? Didn't they sign Sam Darnold? Why would they need Aaron Rodgers?
I know they got Brock Purdy.
Said
Yeah,
no one ever.
exactly.
And
Now, it's in the Packers' best interest to hold off as long as possible for multiple reasons, including pissing Karen off.
yep, but
So, yeah,
as you as you can see, Smokin Dad came in and says, "Ah, the usual suspects I see."
howdy,
King
smoking
SJ
dad.
says, King SJ says, "What's up, guys? Good to see you." That being said, we're going to get on to the second topic. It's going to go quick tonight because I didn't have a lot of topics because these are the ones that I've heard bouncing around ESPN the last 2 days, so they're the hottest topics. Lamar Jackson. Oh my God. No one's making a trade for him. What's going on? Will?
Guy hasn't won really playoff games, and guy's injured prone. Ever since his MVP season, he's been injured. He hasn't played much games. Personally, I don't. He's a good quarterback. Would I put him in my top five? Absolutely not. He's near the 10 range or just a little bit below. But this guy's injury prone. He doesn't really have receivers around him. The only main receiver is Mark Andrews, and he's being a drama queen about it. And he needs to man up. Look at some of the best guys in NFL history. Some guys didn't even have the best weapons, and they still did work. So, Do I think he's going to sign anywhere? No. I think he's going to sign a 1-year deal with the Ravens, and then he's going to dip his name in the pot again next year, and we'll see if anything progresses, if he gets more offers, or he still continues to get no offers.
See, this is where the Ravens were brilliant. He came off of an injury year. They used the transitional tag, knowing almost no one wants a $32.5 million injured quarterback. They actually can turn around next year and put the exclusive tag, which means nobody can have him and he's stuck another year.
No.
I'm not wrong, am I, DC? You already thought this too, didn't you?
Yep. But the best
And
situation is that someone trades for him, so the Ravens get that house of draft picks and get him off of our fucking back so we can start being a normal goddamn team again. Jesus Christ, will someone take him? Please take him. We don't have drama. We have a real quarterback. Please take his ass from us.
Keegan Eckert says, "Hey guys, I, I understand where you're at. It was kind of like when, after the last season, Stafford was here. No one wanted to see him go. We found out he wanted to go. I was immediately like, fine, let him leave.
Yeah.
Once somebody wants to go, they're never going to play as hard for you.
No,
That's true.
I know a few people in the Ravens organization, and no one's happy with them. From the offices, they're like, we need to move on.
Other than the GM and the coach that says, oh, we love Lamar.
Yeah, I saw Harbaugh's thing after the
I know it is.
Coaches meeting. He's like, yeah, I think Lamar's going to be a quarterback day one. I'm like, no.
Okay, number one pick in the draft, the Carolina Panthers select
CJ Stroud.
One of the quarterbacks.
That's exactly what I've been hearing through my sources, everything else.
Even though they did take both to dinner after their workouts, I'm not sold on Bryce Young at all. Nothing impresses me with the guy.
Exactly. Yep, Keegan Eckert says CJ Stroud as well.
Of course,
what pick do the Ravens have this year? Wait, the Ravens made it to the playoffs, didn't they? And
Almost.
lost?
They're way down there. They're not top 15.
They're not in the top 15, so they're what, 16, 17, something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Maybe in the 20-ish.
So at 16, 17, the Ravens select
AR-15.
I don't think he falls that far. The team that has the most value to get a quarterback right now, and I think it makes the most sense to trade up with Arizona because they just gave all that money to Kyler Murray and can't afford to get rid of him at least for 4 years. The Washington Commanders trade up to 3 and take AR-15. So the Colts can't.
No.
Yep. I think that's what's going to happen.
You have Argini and you have Haskins' curse of being that same quarterback that they drafted. Please, Redskins, don't do that.
They just got rid of. They should have kept Tyler Heineke, as far as I'm concerned. The team played around him.
Right.
The team played around him.
Yeah, they did.
And Tyler Huntley's okay, but he's not great.
No. Nope.
They lost more than they won with him.
Reminds me of Lamar 2.0.
No, he reminds me. He reminds me more of Cam Newton.
Not true.
Not as accurate. Not as fast. Am I wrong?
No. Nope. Huntley's good, but he's not as. Shouldn't hang your hat on him.
And King SJ says, interesting theory on the Commanders. I think that is the most likely trade partner to move up to 3. Because the Cardinals want out of there. Because with the way Will Anderson played, a lot of people are shying away from him too. I think Will
Yeah,
Anderson
it's
will end up at
weird.
5. I think Will Anderson will end up at 5 to the Seahawks.
And then
Of
Bobby
course, it
Wagner
is.
teaches him. Wow.
Yep. And
It
Mark
is a
Malik
Dan Snyder
says,
team, so you
trust
never know
in
what the
Holmes,
leadership is going
life
to
is great.
Yeah,
Damn
I
right.
wish I had
And
this
at
like
6,
GM.
I have my pecking order. And everybody's going to hate me, but I don't have Will Anderson as my 1. I have him as my 2. And the only reason why I'm going to say this is because defensive interior is the biggest need for the Lions defensively right now. We have good bookends. We have starters in place at the D ends. So it would be Jalen Carter, Will Anderson, Tyree Wilson in that order.
I agree.
Keegan
I
Eckert
say
says
trade back
Carter
another
or
year.
Anderson. And at 6 is simply divine. D-line. Yeah, it's D-line. But I still think Carter should be the number 1 because he's a game wrecker. He literally, and I think we have the coaching staff and the veteran presence on this team to help keep him in check.
Yeah, Campbell will definitely keep him accountable for things.
So will Glenn.
Yeah.
I mean, I think we got a good coaching staff, and I think they know how to keep people in check.
I wish there was a coaching staff like ours, but I'm interested to see what we do too.
The Panthers got a decent coaching staff now.
Decent, better than it was.
That I did not hear. Did Tyree Wilson has a broken bone in his foot now? When did that happen? At his pro day?
No idea. I have not heard anything.
Wow, he may. If you grab Carter at 6 and get Tyree Wilson at 18 or at 48.
Yeah.
At 48 in the second round, no, I don't want to draft another injury-prone guy in the second round.
No one does.
Or in the first.
I don't think Jamison Williams is injury-prone. He just took a long time to heal from his injury. It was a single injury he had.
But the guy's a freak.
He
That's
is.
Speed demon.
That being said, at 18, if the Lions don't take Carter, let's say they go Will Anderson or something else, at 18, it's Kalijah Cansey or Osiris Torrance.
I like Osiris.
What do you think there, DC? Do you like that idea?
I don't have much of an opinion on either of them. I would say if the cornerback is there and we didn't take him in the 6th, take the best cornerback.
We signed one to a 3-year contract, one to a 1-year contract. We re-signed Will Harris for God knows why. So we actually have a full staff because we still got Chase Lucas. We still got Jerry Jacobs. We still got Ifeatu Melifonwu, which they don't know if he's a safety or a corner yet. He's being a safety.
Yep.
Safety.
And there's also
like
how many games have we had a complete secondary? It's been less than the offensive line.
Well, now we have a complete secondary. But now we finally have one, is what I'm getting.
Well, no,
Cam Sutton is a top 25 corner.
Every season. Yep.
Cam Sutton is a top 25 corner.
For that reason alone.
I think they're going to draft one in the top 3 rounds, but I don't think it'll be in the first. I don't think it's as big of a need now because of that.
Is that South Carolina guy at corner? I forgot what his name is.
Which one?
Can't remember his name.
What school?
South Carolina.
Oh, Cam Smith?
Yeah.
He's in the draft.
That's him.
I still think we need more D-line. And Mark Malik says you're right, Jeremy. A CB would be fine in the 2nd or the 3rd because there's been great corners that came out of the 2nd and 3rd rounds, and the guy I'd like in the 2nd round is Emmanuel Forbes. It's Wise Bearded Dad. How's it going, guys? I just feel like you should either go D-line or O-line in the first because the drop-off in talent is huge.
Yeah.
I mean, not so much in the D-line, but in the O-line. The O-line, it's a significant drop from who's first-rounders to who's second-rounders.
I agree.
I mean, the only guy in the second round that I like is Steve Avila, and you don't know if he'll fall that far because there's a lot of teams at the top of the draft that good teams that lost interior offensive linemen and needs guards.
Yeah.
So once you get to those playoff teams, what do they usually draft? O-line, D-line, front seven.
Who I think is going to really focus on O-line is the Buccaneers need to focus on their O-line.
Mark Malik agrees with me. Wouldn't Carter and Torrance be amazing like fuck balls?
It'd be a dream come true.
Keep building in the trenches. I mean, if you get Osiris Torrance, a guy that hasn't given up a sack, to play right guard, opposite Jonah Jackson, who only gave up one sack in his entire 4-year career between Rutgers and Ohio State, I think you got one solid O-line. I mean, yes, we restructured Vitae, but he's able to be off the books next year. You could draft Torrance and not have to start him. You could be saving him. And as a first-round pick, you got him for the next 4 years after that. Because of the fifth-year option. I think it makes a lot of sense to go that route. That, or you take another D-end.
Yes.
Because to me, the corner thing, you can take one in the second or third and get a good one. Let's see. Top 4 picks for the Lions. Carter, Torrance, Simpson, Forbes. I like it.
I don't think Simpson. I could see Simpson going second round, but I can't see him falling far.
No, I think he'll go at worst somewhere between 25 and 40.
And I'm a Clemson fan. I'm sold on Trenton Simpson.
I think he's great.
I do too. And I hope Brian Brzee gets drafted, but who knows? He's small.
Tyree Wilson is reported to have a broken bone in his foot now. Wise bearded dad.
My opinion.
Lucas Van Ness is the other one he said. It's another edge player. I'm just not as high on him. If I'm going to take another edge player, I want the guy that can play deep tackle too. It's going to be either Kalijah Cansey or that Tua Talapasapagapalakalis from from USC.
Who's another player's name we can't pronounce.
Tyree Wilson out of
Texas Tech or Texas A&M.
Gotcha.
Yeah, fuck the Aggies. If he was a Longhorn or Texas Tech guy, I would say yes.
Other than that, how do you rate your team's off season there, Will?
Man, that's a tough question. I'm going to say it's like a C, maybe a B.
So around that C plus B minus, right in there?
Yeah, because Reich is a great upcoming coach. I like the staff we built together. Us getting rid of Rule was important. Us getting rid of Darnold was important. Chuba Hubbard's going to be getting Miles Sanders will definitely be interesting. If we got last year's Miles Sanders for the Eagles, then we're good to go. But if we get normal Miles Sanders from the past few years, then we're screwed. We re-signed Bradley Bozeman, who's a great O-lineman. Yeah, I think it's a C or B. I think the coaching staff definitely got improved. But you know what? I think it's a C.
I'll send you the link, Keegan.
You guys kick ass when it comes to wide receivers, don't you? You guys have an insane wide receiver.
Oh no, they traded DJ Moore away.
That's why
they
I'm
got Chark
trading DJ Moore.
Sorry.
We don't have a clear number one anymore. We got what's his name?
So you're saying because Kalijah Cansey weighs 2 pounds less and was an inch taller than Aaron Donald, he's a terrible pick. Got it.
Yeah, so I'm gonna give it a C.
Okay.
Sorry,
Because
dyslexic moment.
losing
I was thinking
DJ
of
Moore
Jacksonville.
stinks. Losing DJ Moore stinks.
No, I
We
was
don't
thinking
have
of
a clear number
Jacksonville
one
that loaded
receiver.
up with Ridley and the rest of them. Sorry,
I
dyslexic
don't think
moment.
Ridley's going to be anything special. I think Ridley's a third down back
Well,
for wide receiver.
because it's
I'm interested to
incomplete,
see.
because it's incomplete and the draft isn't done. That's why I have. And my dad says he thinks the offseason is a solid A. I think the Lions
Yep.
itself is a B minus right now because it's incomplete. I want to see what happens
Yes.
in the draft. I can't give it a C. It's not that bad. The reason why I give it a B minus is we signed two players back that I didn't want. I have made my disdain of Anzalone and Will Harris adamantly for 2 years in a row. But DC, how would you rate the Baltimore's offseason going?
Well, they had the Lamar drama. I mean, it basically cuffed their hands to both of their nuts. They couldn't do a goddamn thing. But the biggest thing with Baltimore, would need to be what the new offensive coordinator does and what he puts in, because that's going to determine as good as all those players are. And the first thing they need to do is keep their goddamn running backs healthy. I mean, they
This
did
is true.
Yeah,
re-sign
J.K. Dobbins
what's his
needs
name
to
out
have
of
a really
Ohio
good
State?
year.
Didn't you
Dobbins.
guys? Didn't you get another strength and conditioning coach this offseason?
Yep.
I think you guys got a new team in there. Hopefully
Yep.
that
We
helps.
got that, which is gonna help. But yeah, that and getting away from that run-only offense. I mean, if you look at the run plays and what those running backs have to do, no wonder they're fucking hurt all the goddamn time.
And Mark Mellett says, Wise Beard, I heard Casual GM podcast Tuesday nights at 6 p.m. that Wilson reportedly may have broken a bone in his foot. So that must have
No, it's
happened at
just a
their
foot.
pro day.
It's
It's
just a
just
foot.
a
He has
foot.
another one.
Yeah, he's got one just like it on the other side that works just fine. I got you. That being said, what do you give the grade of that Ravens off season so far?
I'd almost want to say incomplete due to the Lamar drama because they don't know what cap hit they're going to have to play with. But
They
given
actually
what they,
the exact cap hit on the that is set. The transitional tag is 32.5 million.
yep.
So there's
That
no
being said,
at
that
32 and
being
a half
said,
million, it's not a bad deal for Lamar.
no, it's not for him, but for signing other players, it kind of fucks you over. But I think given what they did, I give them a solid B.
Mark Mallett, just like JMO had another ACL on the other side, laughing my fucking ass off.
He did.
And Wise
You
Bearded
get the
Dad says,
sarcasm.
I'm with you on the Will Harris re-signing. That was my what the fuck moment of the offseason.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's why my grade came down. I would have had it a solid B plus, even with Anzalone. But when you threw in Will Harris, I had to drop it to a B minus, even though it's incomplete without the draft.
But that Will Harris contract is cuttable, right? He's not going to eat up dead cap if they cut him. At least from the one time I looked at it. You look at this
Yeah, I
deadline
mean,
night.
there really
Yeah,
isn't
make this
that
team.
much. There's a little,
Yeah,
but it
I mean,
isn't
there's a
enough to
chance Will
make a
Harris isn't
difference.
going to make this team.
But
Will
I'm
Harris is going
casually
to play his ass
optimistic
off to make this
because
team.
I feel like the Lions are building a winner with what they did. They tried to
Yep.
make the play for Ramsey. Ramsey turned them down and went to the Dolphins. So they did the next best thing. Cam Sutton, by far, was one of the better corners out there in free agency.
And you got CGJ.
Yeah, we got CJ
Yep.
GJ.
I take
CJ Gardner Johnson.
I'll take Gardner Johnson over Ramsey any day. He can play
Oh,
more
I would too.
positions. He's
I
a
think
better
Ramsey
hitter and
gets
just a
burned
better
too
football player.
easily. I think
Ramsey
gets
gets
burned way too easily.
it depends on what system he's in. If he's in a zone or if he's in a man, and if you switch him back and forth, he gets confused.
Yep. I'm more happy with CJG, whatever the fuck is Gardner Johnson than I am Ramsey.
Yeah, I am
I'm
too.
way more happy with that.
I would be too.
Oh, that being said, let's see. I gotta send Keegan. That's what I was doing. I knew I had my phone for a reason.
What am I doing this?
I got distracted. I'm working on it, Keegan.
Lucan. Yeah, but Wise Beard. The problem is 21's not that old, but it's pretty old for a draft.
No, it isn't.
Oh wait, duh, no it isn't. I'm stupid.
I mean, you got Stetson Bennett and Hendon Hooker that are both going to be 26 before the season starts.
That just scares me. Wasn't Brandon?
Well, if you
Wheaton,
graduate
like,
high school at
28?
18,
Yeah.
you're going to be 21 when you graduate college.
Yeah,
I mean-
the older player signings is weird. It's like, oh, I have a 28-year-old. I'm like, cool. There goes some of his NFL career.
I mean,
Keegan's hopping in.
I'd be more worried about drafting a 20-year-old out of the draft. They can't even drink yet.
Right. At least at 21, they can enjoy a beer.
Yeah.
Exactly. They have somewhat level of maturity, at least at that point, and have been around the block at least.
Oh, wait. I know a lot of 20-year-olds. I know 30-year-olds that have no maturity. What are you talking
Mark
about?
had a question for the panel.
Oh, okay.
Fair enough.
Anyone going to the Tigers game tomorrow, opening day? My daughter and I were going to drive up from Green Bay. Man, I wish I could go, but I have to work, Mark.
Yeah, and I don't.
I wish
live
I
in
could, but
Detroit.
I'm in Baltimore.
I don't think you'll make the trip from the Carolinas to here. And I don't think
Hey, Mark,
DC
And I'm
can make
not
the
even
trip
a
from
Tigers fan.
Baltimore unless you're paying for the ticket, Mark.
And I'm not even a Tigers
Mark-
fan.
Have a Lafayette for me. Enjoy the fucking conies while you're there.
Yeah,
Goose coney
exactly.
and Werner is the greatest food you could ever imagine. And
Let's see, I think it's
Upa,
actually
either
going to be.
Pegasus or the Greek. Or
I think it's
Golden
actually
Fleece.
going to be. I think it's actually going to be a decent day tomorrow. 50s. No rain in the forecast. That's good.
It's supposed to rain here the rest of the week.
No, it just rained all morning here.
Shit, it feels like California and Baltimore right now.
I wonder if Keegan made it here. I didn't hear the beep. There he is. What's up, Keegan? I just noticed it. I just noticed it stretched stubby, so I was like, "Oh, Keegan's here."
Mm-hmm.
But it didn't beep. Normally it beeps, and because I have it set up to give me a chime. Oh well, good to see you, Keegan.
Good to see you guys too.
Well, what do you give the Lions off season so far? I know it's incomplete. I have mine at B-.
I would say a solid B.
Okay.
I was thinking A-, but Will Harris moved it down to a B.
Yeah, that's what dropped it to a B- for me. I had B+B with where it was sitting because I love what we did in the defensive secondary until Will Harris.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, I've never been an Anzalone fan and never will be.
Yeah.
Woohoo! I'm the only Angelone fan, and I'm proud of it.
And Wise Bearded Dad says, after the debacle of the first series with the Tampa, I'm not spending my money on a product that won't win 69 games. Actually, they turned around and won the next two versus the
That one
defending
wasn't
World
bad.
Series champions. So I'm actually kind of intrigued at how they'll do.
Hey, actually, Tampa was a top team last year too.
Yeah, and they were a top team.
And the youth, I know this is a football show, but the youth of the Tigers is intriguing. I like Torkelson. I like Riley Green. I still have hope for Mize eventually. I think you guys got young talent.
Mm-hmm.
Right now, the only first round pitcher that's actually doing good is the one that pitched yesterday, Matt Manning.
Yeah.
He is really good. And then you got Scooball. You got
Mm-hmm.
Tariq Skubal.
Yep.
I know.
Do you go
We got a
to
nice
Tigers games, Jeremy?
occasionally. I love all my Detroit teams. I try to attend at least one. The only one I haven't attended in years is the Pistons.
Dom's there
That's
tonight.
basketball. Who
Yeah, I
cares?
know. That's why he's not here.
Wise Beard Dad, can't trust him.
There we go.
Yeah, and I
King
like the
SJ.
Rays too, King SJ. I'm a Yankee fan because I'm from up north, but I despise the Rays because they always sneak up and try to bully us.
I got about
Rays are
17 more
nasty.
minutes that we can go here. Come up with something. Will, ask the panel something.
Oh gosh, put it on.
Put you on the spot. Everybody's going to get a chance to do it.
What do you guys think about the OBJ rumblings? What I think personally, I've heard Ravens, and I'm like, guys, I want to see him go to like a combine and show what he can do, like Cam Newton did, because I think he still has a little bit left in the tank, maybe a 2-3 year contract. So if I'm him, I go to a contender, like a really good contender where you can be the second guy, third guy,
Well, you
and
know,
not have all the pressure on you like you used to.
it would actually be great for him to go to the Ravens because then Lamar would actually have a valid target that could catch something.
DC's like, no.
What? Are you afraid he's going to cut and tear another ACL?
No, I'm afraid he's going to be OBJ, and with Lamar Jackson throwing to him, if it's Lamar Jackson there. And the reason why Ravens receivers suck is it's not that Ravens receivers are bad, is that the offensive systems that they are in is not beneficial to receivers. And it's not beneficial to running backs because they all get hurt.
Well, that's why you got a new OC.
Exactly. So if there's a new quarterback, maybe spend money on the drama queen, but I would rather not. OBJ belongs in the XFL.
Lamar, the drama queen.
I figured that was a good one for DC to field.
XFL.
With the Aaron Rodgers debacle, the Jets were interested in signing OBJ too.
Yeah, they were.
Well, that's because OBJ's always wanted to play with Karen.
That too.
And then they signed. Oh, we got your best buddy. What's his name?
Lazard.
Yeah, woo. Lazard.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're good, but you're
Well,
like
OBJ guy is here in the XFL.
Yeah, seriously. I call him Lizard. I don't know why. Just call him Lizard.
Lizard. That's how it's spelled. They just say Lazard.
Lazard. It's a fancy way of saying lizard.
Yeah.
I have a question. Would you want Jalen Carter? Ooh. I
want Jalen Carter bad.
Yeah.
Lions fan, but I think Jalen Carter is a freak athlete. Despite this whole thing that happened, I think he's going to be an excellent pro, and I think he's going to just tear it up.
I think Jalen Carter is exactly what this defense needs.
Mm-hmm. Hey, one thing Dan Campbell said, you're not looking at players that do well in combine. They're looking at tape. On tape, Carter is good.
Right.
Exactly.
He was a one-man wrecking crew of that TCU O-line that basically did everything but stop Mazzie Smith.
Yeah.
I just realized Keegan's name. I like it. Kneecap Villains. Nice.
I got it from someone on the Facebook group.
Yep. Nice. I like it. I understand he made a mistake. He's a kid.
Yeah.
Kids make mistakes. They make stupid decisions. They get scared.
Goddamn right I did.
I know I did.
Yeah,
at that age.
I made a handful.
Heck, I think I'm still suffering from shit I did that was stupid in my 20s.
Yeah, I crashed my new car a year after having.
Well, I don't have kids, so I'm an ass.
You got lucky.
I'm sorry, bud.
You got lucky.
Yep.
I do.
Hold and pray worked.
He's like, yes, I win at life.
Oh, but really, if Jalen Carter, if Campbell and Holmes think that Jalen Carter is a fit, he will be an absolute wrecking crew that everyone thinks.
If you put Jalen Carter next to Aleem,
whew.
Yep.
Yep.
And King SJ, you're
But-
exactly right. It's all about how you learn from your mistakes. Plus, like I said,
Yeah.
I think we have the coaching staff to keep him in check.
But yes, the coaching staff also needs to make that decision.
Oh, there we go. No kids that you're aware of yet, DC.
Damn right. I pay no child support.
I know
Oh, yeah.
I know how many kids I know of, and I know how many that is possible. I'd be screwed.
Damn right.
I'm screwed now.
That's
I
why
can't
I'm a
imagine if
Christian.
I had
Fall
more.
and pray.
Good Lord.
No, but
God forgive him and God bless the little pygmies. They ain't got no food to eat.
God graces all of you that I don't have kids. But
That you know of. You're good.
But, exactly. But no, I would say if Campbell and Holmes think Jalen Carter could work, perfect. If not, I say trade that number one pick that is just a bonus pick to next year. Give us
Yeah.
another pick in 2024 where we have a better cap regime. We know what we have because our cabinet is fucking stacked. There is no way a number 6 pick is gonna be the difference from us winning or losing
Well,
by anywhere of a slim margin. It's just a number
I think it
6
would
pick.
be.
Push that back to next year.
I'm
If we
interested to
can
see
move
what
that
next.
pick back to 2024, absolutely do it.
I'm interested to see what next year's draft class is going to be like.
Well, I heard that
They're
the
gonna be
quarterback class
without
will be
COVID.
deep.
Yeah, I mean, next
They're
year's
gonna-
quarterback class is deep.
Yeah.
Like,
Isn't
there's
next year's draft in Detroit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Give us
There
2
won't
picks
be-
in that draft.
There won't be any
draft.
draft coverage like this, let me tell you.
You're going to be there. You're going to be covering it.
Yes.
Oh fuck no! I'm gonna be sitting there with my arm around Jeremy, and be like, "Woo, selfie!"
And Wise Bearded Dad
Alive.
says if the Lions don't get Jalen Carter, then Mazzie Smith is almost a must. It's Mazzie. Mazzie Smith is good, but I kind of like Saika Ika a little better.
Also, I think Maz was coming off an injury too.
Mazzie, yeah,
Yeah.
he got injured in that TCU game.
Jeremy, what
But-
would Saika Ike's nickname be?
Sika Ika.
I mean,
I don't
that's a hell of
know.
a mouthful to pronounce. That's what she said. But that's a hell of a mouthful to pronounce.
On a lighter note, one of my female friends posted on Facebook yesterday, and she goes, I just realized that they say that if you translate DNA into information, that one sperm cell holds 37.5 megabytes of information. And she goes, therefore, during sex, when a guy ejaculates, it's 1.5 terabytes of information. I said, that just means that every woman at one time held highly intelligent DNA inside them, and most of them spit it out.
That's not
The good one swallowed it.
That's hilarious.
Ba-da-ba.
The good one swallowed it. Women, listen.
And that is why my channel is rated TVMA.
Yep.
Yep.
Also, Wise Beard.
It's,
If
it's because
Car-
of our
if you know
Carolina
Carter,
fans over here.
18 is Brian Mazzee.
No, I'm out on Brazil. He gets manhandled by big tackles, not alone guards.
I'm a Clemson fan, and I agree. He's too small and needs to build up bulk. Like,
Yeah,
that.
his frame. He has girth, but he has no weight on it.
Oh, yeah.
That's
He
what she
reminds
said.
me of too much like Ben Boulware when we had Ben Boulware. He had frame, girth, or he had girth, but he just, I don't know.
No, he didn't have girth.
That's what
He had
she said,
frame.
too.
You were right. He had frame, but no weight on it.
Yeah.
No girth.
Yeah.
And also, Brian Brzee has like the worst hand pop of any interior defensiveman in the league coming out.
Yeah. I wish he was more healthy.
I like
Because
that Mojo Obwari, I think it is, out of Texas better.
Oh, Moro Ojoma.
Yeah, I like him better.
Yeah.
And you can get him in the 3rd or 4th round.
But I heard he may be an edge type of guy too.
Yeah, he can play inside or outside.
Oh,
He plays the 3 technique and the 1 technique.
Isn't Brian Brzee? Yeah, he's coming off an injury.
His second injury.
yeah.
He was injured his sophomore year. He didn't get injured his junior year, and then he got injured this year, right?
His junior year is
And
when
he's
he lost his sister.
yeah, he's had a roller coaster senior year, and it's
What'd you say? He just got off his sister.
he lost his sister early.
Oh.
Yeah.
His
No.
I think
More like
his
Alabama, but no.
You're looking at on the internet, son.
his sister had some disability, and she passed away early in the season.
My condolences. I'm just horrible. I hear what I want.
Yeah, he had a tough senior year, and I wish him nothing but the best. And if he doesn't make the NFL, XFL, CFL, or AF,
He'll
whatever,
definitely make the NFL. He'll
Some
slide
of
off
us
the
are.
boards, but he'll make it.
Well, it's time to give a shout out to my sponsor, and that is Gloss Negron window tinting done out at A1 Tire in Cucaulin. He's one of the best out there. He tinted my vehicle for me. He tints vehicles. He does a great job. I check him out. I will have pictures up at a later date. I just don't have any pictures for it right now. And I'm working on getting a new sponsor because I have a new job.
Nice.
Oh, you're up? Wait. Where the fuck is Lerner, by the way?
Leonard has been dealing with a lot of stuff at the house with home repairs and stuff like that. So he's been busy.
Fair enough.
He's still doing
Fair enough.
still doing the helmets and stuff, but it's either helmets or housework, literally painting, stripping floors, shit like that.
That is why I don't own a house.
I'd pay somebody to do it if I owned a house.
Yeah.
Fuck right.
Okay, what's your parting
Why
shot,
I live
Will?
in that city.
Parting shot. Ooh, okay. We do parting shots here too.
Why not?
It's not NFL related, but it is Masters Week. It starts tomorrow. Can't wait. Probably one of my favorite golf tournaments I ever watched. Whether you're a golf fan or not, stay tuned. It is a fun, tricky, amazing course with the best players in the world.
And Tiger's back again.
And Tiger's back, but I think he's going to withdraw. I'm calling it right now.
I don't think he's going to withdraw. Keegan?
Mine is football related. I think Lions need I think the whole NFL, this draft is coming up fast. There's going to be smoke screens. Just make your right picks and have a good offseason for all the teams.
I like it.
DC?
Well, I will say, hold on, because the Lions are going to kick all fucking ass this year.
Heck yeah.
Well, I seen one podcast from another team saying, what? Vegas has the Lions winning 9.5 games? Yeah. Did you watch them last year?
Love it, Wisebeard. Love it.
Yes.
9.5, more like 12.5.
From your lips to God's ears, wise bearded dad.
Yep.
This has been Kneecap Biting with Smokin Jeremy B. For Will Vogel, DC 8091, and Keegan Eckert, I want to say good night and try every day to be a better person than you were the day before, because that's the only way to make the world a better place. Tune in Friday as we will have the Lions Fan Cave chat. Thank you very much and have a great evening.